So yeah, in fact, that's actually the social media question I asked this week, and didn't get a lot of responses on it. What people thought of the finale of Loki. I know you have not watched it at all, right, JD?
Not a single episode.
Have you heard anything about the last episode?
I heard it's the last time Tom Hiddleston will play Loki.
Maybe we'll see.
He said his words are he's done.
He said that in an interview on the Tonight Show, right? Is that
Something
what it
like
was?
that. I didn't see the actual interview. I saw the clickbaity tweet.
Clickbaity tweet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird way to end his story too. So if that's really where they're going to end it, um, I don't know. What did you think, John?
I mean, if it turns out that it's true and he's done with it, this was a good swan song. But on the other hand, there are still some unanswered questions,
Uh
and
huh.
I don't know if you heard, but there was an episode 5 script
Yes.
that was
Right.
that they got rid of, that everybody at Marvel loved, but the studio turned down, and they had to rewrite the last 2 episodes.
Uh huh.
I'm surprised we didn't hear about this before, and that's why, like, Renslayer's Renslayer's story
Hmm.
kind of just peers out and goes away, and the whole thing with Miss Minutes turning kind of evil and stalkerish, like, also kind of disappears.
Yeah.
But the last 2 episodes that we did get, I think, were pretty amazing.
Throne Kill says still loose ends. Yep.
Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, Thrawn.
Thrawn.
yeah,
Thrawn. Oh, that's an A. Sorry. Uh,
yeah. As in Emperor, as in
Admiral.
and
yeah,
Thrawn from Star
Grand
Wars.
Admiral Thrawn. But yeah, no, he's right, and that's what we said. It's there. There's still a lot of things, like what happened to. I mean, they tried to tie up some stuff, but right now, Loki is literally at the center of all time, of all alternate universes in the MCU. I can't see, even if he's saying he's out at some point, I
They're gonna
feel like
suck
they're
them
going to
back
have to
in.
address it, like,
Hey,
especially during the what is it, sequel or something, right? He's what do they call him? Storyteller Loki, or what Loki is he?
God of Stories.
God of Stories, right? So I mean, he could have a huge impact on everything that happens during Phase 5 and 6, at least.
Or they leave him there and he's just there forever and Tom Hiddleston's done playing him. Or is Sylvie dead? Do we know that?
No,
No, she's still around.
she's still
So
around.
then she could be Loki because that's kind of what Marvel does right now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because you watched season one, obviously, JD,
Mhm.
and it feels like they were using that show to set up Kang the Conqueror, right? Like with He Who Remains and the multiversal war, and then this show is like most of the season it feels like they're trying to save the TVA, and then they like do a left turn at the end, and it's like no, it really was about Loki all along, which is good.
The
And
show's called Loki.
there's a lot of character stuff, but like the TVA changes what they are, and it's just like, and he's at the center of the universe. He's basically God now, like
It's what he's
Big
always
G,
wanted.
Big G
Yeah,
God.
yeah, but now he's
No, but
taking.
now
But
but
he,
it's not what he wanted. Really,
Well,
they break that down.
but isn't that the thing though? Doesn't that be careful what you wish for because you just might get it kind of thing?
well, it was
Yeah,
he wanted it, but he didn't understand what he meant.
Yeah.
And now he understands what it means, but he's doing it anyway because he knows
Hmm.
he has to, because he's
Monkey's
the only
paw.
one.
Monkey's
Yeah,
paw kind of thing. That's fine.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he's stuck alone, basically, in the center of everything going forward. And it was sad. Like really, when you think about it, it was they did all this stuff to build his character up and then put him in that position at the end, and it's like I felt empty. Like after I watched it, like
I didn't. I thought that it was kind of a good ending to his character arc, at least, because, I mean, you got to remember, he's a variant,
that
right?
is true too.
So, I mean, for that character arc, for that variant, that was perfect, because he became what he was supposed to be, what he thought he should be, but now with the full knowledge of what that truly is, and doing it for the right reasons too. not because he wanted to, but because he had to save everybody.
Yeah. So I asked the people on social media what they thought of the ending. Got a couple responses. Randy Savage from the Cold 45 podcast said, I liked it mostly because I called it, but this is a nice place to leave him. Let Sylvie do all the Loki fighting now. Time for her to have her adventures and save the world or whatever.
Boy, I can't tell you how little that interests me.
Yeah. And then 8-Bit Ray over on TikTok said, I think it happened. What else is there to say?
That's
I see.
fair.
I
Yeah.
still think this is one of the best things that they've put out since like Phase 4. I mean, like this. I think this show. I mean, even though they had to rewrite the last 2 episodes, I
Hey,
think they
Chris.
did the best they could.
I know that guy.
Yeah. So Christopher
Haig.
Haig said, if you notice, there was still blue and purple branches left in the Tree of Life. I think Kang will kill Loki off.
I don't think Kang has the. See, the problem is if you watch the last 2, you're okay with this completely spoiling this,
I
right?
don't
JD?
care in the slightest.
The
Okay.
Funko Pop photo was of him has him titled King Loki. Interesting.
Well, he basically pulled a Groundhog Day, and he lived a couple of hundred years at least, learning everything about the
Yeah,
TVA
yeah,
in
yeah,
order
yeah.
to solve it. So the thing is, if you watch carefully on that last part where he's talking to Kang, and Kang is like, at first he's like all, hey, I put you on this path so you would time shift back to here and save me. And now you understand. Kang thought, you now understand everything that I do, and you now understand that what I'm doing is the right thing, and so you can't kill me, and then Loki stopped time and he said, you think this is the first time we've had this conversation? And you notice that Kang starts to get off kilter.
So Kang got
More and
beat.
more.
Kang got beat again.
Yeah, more. Well, yeah, right. But more and more,
So
Kang starts to realize that, oh wait, this isn't going the way I thought.
Yeah, it becomes
Kevin
very.
Feige's acting the same way when it comes to Jonathan Majors. Continue.
It became
True. Very
it,
true.
it also felt like it became very Doctor Who-ish in a way.
The
And
show's always been very Doctor Who.
Oh, that was a very Doctor Who ending. Yeah.
but that's the thing, and that's been one of my complaints about Doctor Who in general is some of the most interesting things that Doctor Who tells you about his past you never see.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see Loki going through all the stuff to get to the point where he can do what he does at the end of the show. It's just like,
Well, you
boom,
you know
here's the
they
end.
did the Groundhog Day where they show him doing stuff again and again and again.
Yeah, but they say centuries later at one point, and it's like,
right, but they don't have the time to do that. I mean, come on.
No,
Like,
but
at some point you're gonna have to do the 2 hours later for the
I'm
SpongeBob
wondering.
things.
I do wonder, like, Kassan says JD is done with Marvel.
Let's revisit that.
We'll revisit that when we get to the Marvels. But what was I going to say? That I don't know. I do feel like they made a left turn. They had a different plan for this show.
Well, they did. I mean, the rumors I heard, and they're just rumors, so I'm not sure. But I mean,
Well, they went back to
the rumors I heard was they were going to go, since everybody at the TVA was from a specific point in the MCU timeline. Like, oh man, the head security woman was from 2012. They showed her in 2012 in New York as a nurse.
Yeah,
The idea was that they were,
yeah.
the idea was that they were going to go back to all, hit the major beats again, and
From Endgame, yeah.
right, and the studio said we don't have the money to do that or something like that.
That's the current rumor that like
Yeah.
that. Well, it's known that they said that everyone loved the episode 5 they had written, but then they nixed it. They nuked it was actually what the
Yeah.
term that was used.
And everybody was telling them that they loved it.
Yeah.
Internally anyway. Don't know if we'll ever get to see it.
And then I also on my personal Facebook asked people what they thought. And so some of my friends responded. Gina Candy said, "I'm sad it's over." Julie Wilhelm said, "I was expecting more, I think." Matthew Light just gave a gif of Loki. I should be in bed. Clifford
Feeling
Little's
that way right now.
Clifford Little said, "Designed to suck out our soul." Brian McKevitt said, "I hope he eventually gets to assemble a multiverse team of Avengers to fight the Kangs."
That would be a way that he would come back. Yes, because
Uh,
I mean, that could be. Yeah,
yeah. Edward Mingus said, "Watching now." Uh, I don't know how to say his name because it's not an actual person I know. It's okay. I hated the Marvels. Okay, not sure what that has to do with Loki.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Jason Ellenberg said, "I did. I don't feel empty, but I also know it. This ain't the end."
Probably, maybe not.
Oh, Tim Jones said, "I agree. I actually felt happy for him, as if he found his glorious purpose." Huh?
Sure.
Tim responding without a joke. I'm confused.
Well, that was the name of the final episode. It was the
Yeah, I
same
know.
name as the very first episode of season 1, Glorious Purpose.
David Olbrich said, "I think Loki was a muddled mess." I don't know if I agree with that. I think it was well
No.
written. I just wasn't. I was confused a little bit by the ending. George Webb said the whole season was a waste. Wow. And Andrew Gaska said, "I thought it was powerful. I recommend watching the entire 2 seasons back to back in a binge. Watch it. Works much better that way."
Pass.
I agree with that. I think it's 2 parts of one whole story, and I think
Pretty
it does
much. Yeah.
probably works better that way. So yeah, so that was Loki. That's all our social media madness for this week too. So eventually you'll watch it, JD.
Probably not.
I think you'll like the character stuff in the season, and I think you would like the visual storytelling at the end. I
I'm
honestly do.
so out on anything Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
He sucks. Hey, I've never seen a villain rolled out so poorly
This is true.
with such little thought that keeps losing. What the fuck's the point? Why do we gotta what's he gonna do? He keeps getting beat. Like he sucks as much as his comic book counterpart sucks. Kang
Even,
Well,
rolled
and
out.
Even Thanos won the first time.
Yeah,
out, right?
Thanos won a lot. Thanos beat everybody except that one time.
Thrawn Kill says, "Could he go back in time and collect his other variants to give them back their own timelines?" I mean, it kind of, given the way that it ended, yeah, he could. He can do whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah, he's basically the. And it was really, I don't really care, but at the end, he became the center of all of the branches. He's literally holding all of the branches together,
Yeah,
and the branching timelines now look like Yggdrasil. With you can see the dead branches on the bottom growing into a huge tree of branches at the top,
yeah, it's
all
the tree
alive.
of life. Like it was a definite metaphor on that. Like, and the Norse tree of life. Like,
Right.
yeah, like
It was
it
literally Yggdrasil, so it's really
right.
cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So.
Meh.
Travis Mitchell says,
Oh my Gamikai.
"Hope you guys are well. Loki season 2 was the first time I felt one of the shows completely stuck the landing."
Man, there's a
Yes.
lot of varied
Yes.
opinions on this show. It seems like
It
people
really
either
is,
love it or
yeah.
they hate it. And there's like no in between.
Kasan says, "This is why multiple timeline realities suck. It removes any notion of stakes."
Hey, got a point.
Yeah.
Well, unless you they properly invest you in the life of one of those variants and you stick with that variant, right? Like, they could replace Tony Stark with another variant, but then like that's not the original Tony Stark. I mean, it depends. Like if they keep replacing the same character over and over again with the same actor, just different quote unquote variant, then it doesn't matter. But
New Coke didn't work in 1985. It's not going to work now.
yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, again, that's all the social media madness. Let's have our good friend Don tell you how you can follow us on social media
Don.
and be a part of social media madness. Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.